Hi, and welcome to the Nonprofit Leadership Institute informational session. We're glad that you've joined us today. My name is Giovanni Treseri. I'm the Vice President of Programs here at NVCF. And if you're looking to sharpen your skills to strengthen your nonprofit and your team, this is the program for you. We're going to, on the next slide, show you the agenda for this next for today's session. We're going to just talk about an overview of how this fits in with our leadership programs, and then particularly our Nonprofit Institute, who this program is designed for, our outcomes, the way that we've designed this leadership intensive, what your commitment will be, and some of the logistics. And then at the end, if there's any questions, we're happy to answer those. The North Valley Community Foundation, a couple of years ago, launched LEAD. And LEAD is a series of leadership initiatives that focus on building the capacity of emerging and community leaders in our community who really want to build a thriving community, and to do that together in community and to do that collaboratively. We just launched our second annual community leadership program the first week of August. And then we have this Nonprofit Institute that we'll get into more details on. And then we have collaborative mindset workshops that you'll be seeing over time, that if you're interested to bring your team together to expand your capacity and your collaborative readiness, that would be a great workshop series to join as well. You'll be seeing over the next several months upcoming programs within our LEAD initiatives, our youth leadership program, our We Are Here series. We do have a Healthy Communities Collaborative, in which you will see some information coming out for a convening in October, and an Economic Collaborative, where we will be launching that at the end of September. I want to introduce you to Laura Kutsona. Laura Kutsona is our program coordinator for the Nonprofit Institute. I have partnered with Laura on so many different initiatives over the last 12 years around nonprofit capacity. When I was an executive director of a nonprofit here, Laura was an invaluable mentor and friend, and really helped us develop the tools as the board and the leadership in this organization to put some first things first, to really have put some priorities around how we would run a nonprofit. And since then, we have worked on so many different projects together. I'm really excited to introduce her to you, and that we have this partnership with this Nonprofit Institute. Laura, I'll pass it to you.
Excellent. Thanks, Giovanni. It's really fun to be a part of this. The Nonprofit Institute has had many iterations over the years. And this particular version of it that we launched really in this year in 2023 is really focused on equipping both the leadership and the organizations that make up our nonprofit superstructure here in Butte County, particularly. And it has two parts. The first is the Essential series, and that's a year-long series. This year, we're doing a focus on fundraising, and next year it would be how to run your nonprofit. And then this intensive leadership training. And so that's what we're here to talk about. And usually the first question that's asked is this the right place for me to come and spend a week of my time? And so we're really looking to people who are running their own nonprofits, or are emerging and have a hope, or someone has a hope for you that you will be running a nonprofit, probably a staff, but also in volunteer capacity as well. We do develop a cohort, so there'll be a group chosen to go through this week-long intensive together. And we're always looking for a diverse representation of age, career stage, towns throughout the county, different kinds of organizations serving different kinds of needs. But everyone is committed to making positive changes and making their communities better by doing their work as well as possible. We're really motivated to design a program to train leaders to work collaboratively so that we can create a really thriving community, and to bring state-of-the-art training to you so that you can feel fully equipped and ready to move forward. So we can go to the next slide. So this is a lot on this slide, but basically our program outcomes fall into three categories. The first is to really build a pathway for personal and professional growth. We give room in this week-long intensive to do some personal reflection, to look at your own strengths, to look at how the past will inform how you operate in the future, and how you bring your own work and your own assets to the work that you're in your particular context. And then we look at some pretty strong skill building opportunities. What are the unique aspects of running a nonprofit business? What does it look like to build a team? What does it look like to do fundraising, strategic planning, board development, some really tactical components? And then throughout the whole curriculum, we're really teaching, training, and modeling collaboration, which is a motivation to work with others while building an awareness of the challenges as well as the advantages. And we know as a community that collaboration is our path forward. The days of siloing and doing it on our own, sort of the Western frontier, are over. And we're really bringing our assets to bear to offer and to receive from one another. We think there's lots of benefits. We had a successful cohort this last year, and so we heard firsthand, and we have a short video to play for you. But here are some of the benefits. You'll be developing your own leadership philosophy. You'll understand and experience some new practices that will inform your leadership. You'll have a clearer idea of the differences between a nonprofit and a for-profit. We'll build some skills on how to build an effective team, because we all know that just bringing great people together doesn't make a team. We'll give you tools for board leadership. A big conundrum and a big challenge within the nonprofit context is the board of directors. We'll look at fundraising tactics and approach, collaborative tools, collaborative models. We're introducing peer coaching this year, and there's lots of other fun benefits and opportunities that will come our way for this year's program. The design is, like I said, a cohort design with a team of leaders. This year, in addition to myself and Giovanni, we'll also have Jock Clark and Janet Reckman. Both are organizational development PhDs. They have years and years of experience, both in the local area as well as across the country. We also will be drawing from at least 2 or 3 of our alums from this last year's cohort who have some special skills and had a real passion for what we were doing and want to return to bring some resources to bear for this team for this year. And then we have a sample schedule, which again, probably won't mean a lot, but just to give you an idea, we are starting first thing Monday morning, ending around 3 on Friday. We have made adjustments to the schedule this year after we saw our first year and some of the feedback. We work again, looking at the personal, we look at the teams within your organization, and then cross-community collaboration. We share meals together. We all stay in the same hotel together. We are giving a few evenings free this year. We had programming this year. We're going to be giving a little bit more freedom in the evenings. And then we have a big block in the afternoon on Wednesday for folks to explore the area. We are in Grass Valley, which is a beautiful area. And then again, lunches together and some fun sprinkled in with some skill building. The hotel offers happy hour, which can mean lots of things for lots of people, but we like it because we get to gather and have some fun together. Welcome. Yeah, so this is one of our participants from last year, Nicole, and she's just going to share her story from the week that she spent with us this last January.
Hi, I'm Nicole. I'm the Executive Director at Chico Housing Action Team, and I'm here on the last day of the Nonprofit Leadership Institute, and I just really want to share how incredibly life-changing this experience has been. I've been to lots of conferences and workshops. Not all of the material is brand new, but I feel collaboration on a different level that I've never experienced before, and I have so much hope for my community and how we can come together and use all of our strengths and our vulnerabilities and really merge them all. So if you're considering doing this type of work, I highly recommend it. I think it's better for you and anyone who you happen to touch in the future after this.
All right. Dylan is our mighty backbone to our program, and really excited to have Dylan with us again to bring this program to you all. So she's just going to go over some important dates and some of the logistical components.
Thank you, Laura. So just to start off, some of the important dates. One is already passed, but it's going to be the August 1st was when the applications opened. Today is August 23rd, so we're having that information webinar right now. And then application deadline is going to be September 30th. And then if you do get selected to be part of this program, you'll have until October 30th to secure your spot in the cohort. December 8th, that's when we're going to have a required 1-day session. That's going to be in county, so that's not going to be sleepaway camp. That'll be somewhere here in Butte County. And then January 8th through 12th, that's going to be 5 days and 4 nights, is the week-long intensive. So what we're asking from participants, what's that commitment look like? So first, I mentioned a couple of these dates before. We have that December 8th day session that is required. So and like if you can't make that, unfortunately, aren't able to, this isn't going to be the round for you, but if you can, then we're going to have that, you're going to attend the program from January 8th to 12th. That's again, 5 days, 4 nights, and that's going to be in Grass Valley. So that is sleepaway camp. And outside of those dates, there's going to be about 2 to 3 hours of pre-session and reflection work. And that's going to include a survey after the program. Again, that's part of that commitment that we ask you. We use that information. It's really important for us creating the next one. But just a little bit more in the detailed logistics of that, we will be staying in Grass Valley at the Gold Miners Inn. It's a great location. We had a really great time last year. Not only are we staying there, but that's where we're going to be hosting the training. One of the really nice parts about that is they do offer that happy hour, so you get to really know your cohort. So we're going to be starting Monday, January 8th at 10 a.m. And then our last session is going to be on Friday, January 12th at 3 p.m. And then you can see here, we have 2 different prices for tuition. One of those is going to be the single occupancy, which is $2,400. And that just means that you'll get your own hotel room. And then there's a discounted rate of $2,000. And that just means that you're going to have a roommate throughout that, excuse me, throughout the training. Don't let the price discourage you. We do have scholarships available. They generally go for go between $250 to $1,000. If you would like to apply for that, it's already in the application. You just have to opt in, and then there's a short answer, and we do give those based on financial need. Again, I just want to really stress that if you see that price tag and you're a little nervous, please don't. We ask that you reach out to us. We really want to make this work for you. And that's kind of the way we go about it. And then we'll just kind of save this last bunch for any questions.
I'll start with one of them. And some of our frequently asked questions. One of them is about the sleepaway part. I mean, I know it is a difficulty for some folks, and in the past it has precluded folks from being able to join. But one of the advantages to that, especially after the first year that we did this, is that, and we asked the applicants or the participants about this, and overwhelmingly they had said that it was a critical piece to this program and this intensive. It really gave each participant the focus that they needed to be present and to be present with the materials. So it really is an advantage. And I know that sometimes, being away from family or if you have children and those types of things. So it is something that would be worthwhile to look for ways for you to be able to join in that in-person in Grass Valley. And then another piece to it, as far as some of the questions that we've received, is I slipped on that question, that second question that I was thinking about, but I don't know, Laura, if you, or Dylan, if you have any other frequently asked questions.
I think the one I hear most about is, I'm not an executive director, and I see one of our participants now that would be the case. Will I feel out of the mix if I'm not? And that was actually really great about the mix last year. We had a combination of those in positions and those who were thinking that might be something down the road, or in larger organizations where there's pretty significant leadership at different levels. And so I just want to, again, on a case-by-case basis. The other thing is we always look too, if you're a supervisor or the director within your agency is recommending that this is something for you, that's a good sign. We're really trying to encourage organizations to think about building their bench and building for the future leadership, not just of their agency, but also for other agencies within the community. And we need to be giving one another these kinds of leadership training opportunities.
Great, thank you. Are there any other questions? Great. Well, thank you so much for participating. And for those of you who will be watching the video, if you have any further questions, please do let us know. You can find you can email your questions to lead@nvcf.org. We can answer your questions that way, or feel free to give us a call as well. The phone number for the Community Foundation is 530-891-1150. And Dylan, what is your extension on that?
Oops. My extension. My apologies. I almost never use that. I believe it is. I'm so sorry. Oh, look, I even have a business card here that'll tell me. My extension is 470. So again, that number is 530-891-1150, extension 470.
Great. Thank you all. Look forward to seeing you in January.
Absolutely.
Mhm.